All right, I think we're all set.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this program director meeting. It shouldn't be too long, but there's some updates that I wanted to go over. You can see the agenda there. The first one I wanted to go over, because there's been quite a bit of talk about preceptors at the paramedic level. And for the longest time, I'll just say we were told, or everybody was told, that when a paramedic student does their ride-alongs, that precepting paramedic had to be at least 2 years at the paramedic level. And I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that it's not technically true, that the rule states that the person that's doing the precepting has to have 2 years of experience in emergency medical services, meaning if they were an EMT for 5 years and then they've been a paramedic for a year, that person can still be a preceptor. So there's a little bit of myth out there and misconception. So just understand that your preceptors, they don't necessarily have to be 2 years at the paramedic level. So really, we're leaving it up to the program directors and whatever agency they're going to be doing their ride-alongs with, to make sure that the preceptor is good to go as a preceptor and wanting to teach and wanting to have people learn, as opposed to a mandatory 2 years as a paramedic. Because as we all know, you could be a 10-year paramedic, but not really good at teaching people. But you could be a 1.5-year paramedic and be a great preceptor. So we just want to make sure that everybody understands that rule and how it's actually written and how the state's viewing it. So just to reiterate, you do not need to be a 2-year paramedic to be a preceptor. However, you need 2 years of EMS experience. So I just wanted to make sure that we kind of reviewed that rule real quick. And does anybody have any questions concerning that, or are we good with it? We'll just start there because that one was pretty easy. Awesome. Not hearing anything, so everybody should be good with that. The next thing, so you guys have heard me talk about our STRs for a lot of months now, and I'm finally at the point to where we can start really building this project out. And so the end goal, right, is to get rid of the 231-page PDF document that outlines all of the STRs and make sure that we have all the PowerPoints associated with the STRs. So I was racking my brain trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. So I built a small little website that you can see here that will house everything. So the end goal is to get all the PowerPoints and instructions created, and then they will be added to this particular website. I know you're asking, how do I get to that website? What we're going to end up doing is putting the link to this in place of the link to the PDF that's on the state's website. And so right now we only have 4 PowerPoints built. So if you hit the EMT button on the top, it takes you to the STRs for EMT, and there's the 4 PowerPoints. Now these will always sit there. You can just, grab one of them, and you don't even have to grab it. You can just hit play right there from where it's at, and you can start running through the PDF, doing the training however you see fit with your organization. Until we get all of the STRs built, at the very bottom, I'll always have that 231-page of document sitting there. You can see it there. So that's what's currently on the website. That's all you get. So this is what it's going to look like. And I know I have a few volunteers that I asked before who would like to help with the tedious process of creating PowerPoints for all of this stuff. And then we can start putting it in here, and then that resource will sit on the state website and everybody can have access to it. The one cool thing about this is if we ever see anything that needs to be changed, I can change it on my side. Once I change the PowerPoint on my end, it automatically will update the this website. And I don't want to say but basically I control all of that. So as soon as we make the change, it's instantaneously changed upon the website to where we can always maintain it and update it very quickly. The one caveat to this whole thing, and I was trying to get around this and streamline the process a little bit, but any new PowerPoint that we create or new material, instructions and whatnot will have to be approved by the education committee. So we will have to, build X amount of PowerPoints, have it go to the education committee. Once it gets approved, then we can drop it into here. Like I said, with the end goal of having all of our PowerPoints and all these resources right here, that we can manage ourselves, and we don't have to ask the web designers to do anything, or how do we update it, or that kind of stuff. So that's the end goal, and we are at the point now where we can start building PowerPoint presentations and instructions. And like I said, I have about 4 people that are interested in helping. So if anybody else out there would like to help, just send me an email. And basically what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna, pick an STR, send you the information and ask you to please build a PowerPoint out of it, however you see fit. Add your pictures, whatever you want to do. We'll make sure that it gets onto the official Arizona PowerPoint template. And then what I would like to do, because I want people to get credit for helping build certain ones. So on the very last slide that you make, if at the end of it, if you put thank you, if you could put your credentials in there, one, so I know who built the PowerPoint. So if I have any questions, I can easily go back, if it's 6-8 months later. But also then when people use it, they know, oh, it came from, for lack of a better term, it came from the University of Arizona, awesome, or it came from Coconino Community College, or we know where it came from, and then your program gets credit, a little bit of credit for actually helping and building that out. So that's the way the STR is going to look. I actually presented this to Dr. Bradley. She's on board with it. Noreen Adlin's on board with it. So we're good to go to start building. Like I said, the one part that will slow us down is each PowerPoint that we do has to get approved by the education committee. I'm going to start talking to them and see if there's a way that we could somehow streamline that process, so we don't have to wait, a couple of months in between each time they want to review some of this stuff. But so that's where it's headed. So pretty soon you'll see that red disclaimer come off of there that it won't be in draft anymore, that you can distribute it, and it will be on our website. I just haven't got there yet, but we have all the approval to run with this project. So hopefully everybody thinks that that's pretty cool. I thought it was neat, but this was the best way that I thought we could do it. So like I said, if you're interested in helping with these, feel free to just send me an email and we'll just start making PowerPoints. Go ahead. You have your hand raised?
Yeah, I had a quick question on the STRs specific for the IV. We do long workshops on that IV for the EMT STR. When that comes into play, is the state going to put more of a state certificate behind it when we award it? Therefore, could these be awarding CE credits too?
You could do CE credits, but the state's not going to really do a certificate because the STR is based off of your medical director, like the medical director of the organization that's utilizing it. Because that's it's really the medical director of the organization that's allowing them to use the STR.
Gotcha. So it would be up to the employer's medical director to award the CEs. If we're an outside contractor coming in to do that for them, then it would be up to us and our own educational medical director to award the CEs then.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions or feedback concerning the idea? Thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't care. It's better than a 231-page PDF. Anything? We like the new logo. Awesome. Okay, so that's where we're headed with that. We'll go ahead and move on to the section 3 there. This is another one where this is already approved and on the website. We now, instead of, again, having a PDF list of courses that are being available, CE courses, refresher courses, initial courses, whatever kind of education you guys have out there, if you want to email me the information, I can drop it into this calendar. And now this sits on the state's website under upcoming courses. When you look at this, if you go all the way to the right where it says month, if you hit the month and hit schedule, it's a lot better view. So you get just a list of everything. Promise you, I'm trying to get it to default to that, but I'm having a little bit of issues trying to get it to default to this particular setting. So for right now, if you see anybody, you can tell them hit that schedule and you can see all the classes. I shouldn't say all the classes in Arizona, all the classes that have been submitted to me. But anything that you want on this calendar for all of Arizona to see, let me know. We'll put it on there. And then that's kind of like for lack of a better term, we can have a one-stop shop of where all the CEs are at, where all the refreshers, if you want initial courses on there, whether they're virtual courses or whatnot, all you need to do is send me the details of what course you want on there and we'll drop it on, so make sure you let me know if there's a certain web link that they need to go to, just all the details to it. I'll put it on here. And then, like I said, anybody can see where they can find education in Arizona. So this particular piece, this is already active and live. As you can see, there's already courses coming up. I think there's a pediatric one later today. Yeah. So that one's coming up later today if anybody wants to join it. But like I said, you can just flip through the months and you have all of your education right there at your fingertips. So hopefully that kind of helps people out a little bit, letting everybody know where education is. Pretty easy. So does anybody have any questions concerning that new calendar, how you get things on there, what can be put on there? That's kind of where that one sits. We're good with it. It's awesome. You guys are a lively bunch this morning. All right. To be honest with you, that's all the things that I wanted to go over for now. I have a couple other projects in the works, but I really wasn't ready to present them because we're still working on the attestation form for paramedic testing in the end and which direction we're heading with that. So I'm still working on that project. But these are the 3 things that I really wanted to highlight for this particular meeting. Like I said, the 2-year paramedic issue, our new website for STRs, the new calendar. So if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, solutions, let me know. If you're shy and don't want to talk on this particular meeting, feel free to call me or email me. We can talk private. Like I said, this particular meeting was kind of down and dirty and just reviewing some things, new things to watch out for. And send me an email if you want to help out with those STRs. Like I said, I have a couple people already waiting in the wings. But if anybody else wants to help, the more we can build, the faster we can get it all out there. So does anybody have any questions related to anything that I can try to answer? I shouldn't say anything training center related. Yes, ma'am.
Just a note on that 231-page document. It's showing an old scope of practice. So when you go to our website and you look at the new scope of practice. Where is it? I think it's resources, regulatory references, table 5.1. There's quite a few less STRs on the new scope of practice. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. I'll drop that one on the website too, so people can drop right in on the website and see that too. Yes, sir.
I had a quick question on the critical care topic for our educational goals. It'd be the correlation with the background that organizations a lot of the time need incentive to send people to this state AZDHS critical care program. And when we're going to potentially see those numbers in that need, we're probably not going to see those numbers in that need until a lot of these private organizations can bill for that. So I guess the question that you might have some direction to is, when is the state going to allow organizations to bill for critical care transports on regular 911 calls?
Well, that is an amazing question, sir. And to be honest with you, I don't know, but I can get you that information. I'll have to get a hold of our CON department and see if that rate has been established and ready for publication. But that's something I'll have to get back with you on later, because I don't want to speak out of turn. So I'll get a hold of our CON section today, and I'll get you guys that information as soon as I can.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate it.
For now, does anybody else have any other questions I can attempt to answer? Great. So our next meeting, like I said, I always book them for 9 to 11, but you know, if we can get in and out of here quickly, that's even better, so you guys can carry on with your day. But so our next one will be April 18th, same time, 9 to 11. I'll send out a newsletter prior. And if you guys have any topics that you want me to cover, or rules or statutes that you want me to go over, kind of like the one we did today, that there might have been some confusion on, please feel free to just get a hold of me. Like I said, the next meeting link is there. Our meeting links are always on the state website under the news tab. You'll always see the recordings of the old meetings that we had. Yeah, see, Shelly's bringing it up. So it sits right there. So once this one's over, when we get the recording, we'll drop it in so it looks like that, and then we'll update it for the next one that will have the newsletters and the link. So if you ever, for whatever reason, don't get a newsletter, or you forget where the link is at, it will always be under the news section for training and education. So with that, like I said, if you guys don't have anything amazing or cool that you're doing, I'll go ahead and let you carry on with your day, and we will talk again in April. But if you ever have any questions, you guys know that I'm always here. So feel free to text, call, email, throw things at me, whatever you got to do. So on that note, we can go ahead and close this meeting out, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you guys so much.